What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having an absolutely fantastic day, because I know that I am, and if I am, then you are. And if you are having a great day, then you need to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam, I will be forced to turn you into the FBI for the latest thing you Googled, no matter what it is. If it's knitting, I don't care. If it's, you know, how to build an ark and put 2 of every animal on it, I don't care. I'm reporting it to the FBI unless you press the like button. Real talk though, guys, I hope you guys are all having a great day. As you can tell from the title and thumbnail, today we're going to be talking about a crazy emo girl trying to fight me, alright? This is a subscriber story, so big shout out to you know who you are, for sending it in. And without further ado, let's get into some crazy emo girls doing crazy emo things. So basically, the sitch is this. At my school, there's a couple emo kids that usually get up to no good. It's not like a giant population, but it's enough emo kids where, like, you can pretty much tell that they're an established clique, right? Like, you can tell, oh, those are the emo kids. They sit next to the kids that eat bologna sandwiches. The kids who eat bologna sandwiches are also sometimes emo, but not always emo, the way schools work. And for some reason, the emo kids like to pretend that everybody is, like, coming after them all the time, all right? Like, nobody really bugs the emo kids. Nobody really has a problem with them, but for some reason, you know, whenever there's a new rule, like, I don't know, don't light cats on fire, the emo kids are like, it's my right to light my cat on fire. I can't believe they would persecute us emo kids like this. Wow, our town really hates emo kids. And the reality of the situation is the rules aren't being made because of emo kids. They're being made because they just won't want crazy people roaming around town, all right? Like, I personally don't want anybody lighting cats on fire walking down my back alley at the school. Not that that's an actual rule. You guys get what I'm saying, okay? They like to pretend that they're victims all the time. Which, I mean, is fair. I feel like emo kids just are generally like to pretend that they're the victim. Like, it's one of the things that they do. And regardless, you know, I had a couple classes with a couple of the emo groups. And most of the dudes in this emo clique were dudes, you know? Like, they were definitely men. And, you know, that's just how it be sometimes. I don't really know what that means, but that's just how it be sometimes. Regardless, there was a couple emo girls, though, and they were known for being especially crazy. I'm not really sure if it was like the water the emo kids drank or the fact that they listened to music too loud or what, but for some reason, the emo girls were known to be notoriously easy to trigger. And as I'm sure most of you guys know, I'm a bit of a troll. I like to get under people's skins. I like to make people angry, not because, you know, I enjoy ruining people's day, but just because there's something fun about taking somebody who takes things too seriously, making them take something too seriously, and then them looking silly for taking it too seriously, you know? Like, I don't know if you've ever been in one of those situations, but have you ever just made somebody mad for the sole purpose of making them mad? And by the time they realize that you're just doing it to make them mad, they're even madder. I said mad a lot, but I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. And regardless, I had a class with one of those emo girls who was notorious for being super easy to trigger. Like, she was the queen of making herself the victim of everything, all right? Like, if our teacher assigned an essay about flowers, she'd be like, wow, you really assigned an essay about flowers just to spite me and make my life miserable? And it's like, no, she assigned an essay about flowers because we're reading a book about a garden, dude. So regardless, one day I'm just sitting in this class and our teacher starts talking about how she's gonna make us write poetry and how she wants us to avoid dark themes, because I'm sure it's not fun as a teacher to sit there and read 80 poems about how my life is a dark lilac rose at which I cannot contain. And she's like, it's not just stuff about that. I don't want anything heavy about, you know, depression or anything like that, because, hey, it's a school assignment. We're going to have to share them with the class. So I'd prefer if we just avoided all super serious topics, which is fair, you know? Nobody wants to be sitting in English class hearing somebody go on and on about how, like, their dad used to lock them in a closet without Christmas presents, you know? Like, that's just not something people want. And the emo girl immediately starts piping up about how the teacher is exclusively doing this because of, you know, well, because I'm emo, you don't want me to write poetry about things that I truly feel. So, you know, I do what every troll would do in this situation, and I say under my breath, not loud enough for, like, anybody to hear exactly what I said, but enough where everybody knows that I said something. I say, quit being so dramatic. And emo girl, I guess, hears enough to turn around and goes, excuse me, what did you just say? And so I pipe up louder and go, excuse me, please quit the dramatics, okay? She's not single-handedly saying, I made this rule to make all the emo kids upset. That just doesn't make sense. Why would she do that? Like, none of that makes any sense. Think about this critically. The teacher made a rule explicitly to piss off the girl with Skittle-colored hair. I don't think so, okay? Like, that's just not what happens in schools. No teacher's like, oh, I would have loved to read most poetry, but you did have rainbow hair, so I had to punch you in the face, Gerald, and make a rule explicitly to make you upset. And the emo girl gets upset at me and starts like getting out of her chair and is like, you know what? You're lucky that I don't put a curse on you right now. Like, you know, me and my group have the ability to do magic. And so I look her in the eyes and she starts talking about how she knows magic, right? Because all the emo kids in our school were also convinced that they were all witches and wizards. Like, no cap, they were all convinced that they were chosen ones from long ago to be the people that would carry magic in the world today. And so I look at her and go, all right, listen, you're not smart enough to get into Hogwarts even if you were a witch, but we all know that stuff's not real. So how about you go sit down, quit the dramatics, and let our teacher explain the assignment. And that infuriates her to a level that I never prepared for, all right? Like, now she's really mad because not only did I just embarrass her, I also said that her magic isn't real, which apparently is the worst possible thing to say to somebody that thinks their magic is real. So, what happens next is basically what happens whenever you make a witch angry, okay? She starts talking about how not believing in magic is the best way to guarantee that my magic curses will affect you, and I'm like, wow. So if I don't wake up tomorrow with Toad, I'm calling you, and I called her a not nice word, okay? Listen, I understand I instigated this, but I'm not the one who started throwing things around. I said stop being dramatic and pretending that every rule made at our school is single-handedly made just to make you upset. Which I still think is pretty true, okay? Stop pretending that every time a rule gets made, it's just to make emo kids upset, because rules affect everybody, okay? I'm sure there's more than just you in this class that would write about some emo stuff in their poetry to express themselves. That's the only thing that's been changed. Stop pretending that it was made just to make you upset. And she instantly went, I'm gonna put a magic curse on you to make sure that your firstborn child is as ugly as a newt, alright? Like, I think one of these is not like the other, and I'm just saying, I never promised to make anybody's firstborn child ugly. So I think I'm in the clear. I think I've got the moral high ground on this one. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just saying, the second you start making fun and like threatening kids that aren't even born yet, you're in the wrong. You're not taking the dub on that morally. I'm sorry. It's just not how that works. No matter what you say, the second you start going, oh, your kid's gonna be ugly, I'ma curse it, you lose. And what happened? Okay. She gets up in my face, right? Rainbow hair and all, glitter falling off of her shoulders. I'm pretty sure at one point she tripped over one of the Tamagotchis she had on and gets up in my face and is like, you dare question the validity of my magic again and see the wrath that shall forsaken you. Which, first of all, your breath stinks, okay? Get a breath mint, maybe. Maybe that's the reason your spells aren't working, is all the demons you're trying to conjure come out of the pit and go, God damn, your breath smell like booty cheeks, and then go back in, all right? Like, maybe if you brush your teeth a little bit more, your demons would work a little bit better. Second of all, I don't believe that your magic is real. And she's like, that's it. We're fighting. And, like, goes back to try to hit me. And I can't fight her, okay? I can't hit a girl. Like, what do you expect me to do, bro? I was just trolling out here. You're the one who was like, you dare question my magic? I'm not trying to fisticuffs. So she goes to swing on me. And so I take a step back to try to be like, whoa, I don't want to fight you. Like, I can't hit a girl. No matter how goth, emo, witchy she is trying to swing on me, like, I can't RKO Barbara through a desk, okay? This emo phase is gonna end eventually. What if she gets really hot after? That's a joke. That's a joke, guys. Come on. Everybody knows that witches are always going to have warts. That's also a joke. I feel like this is not gonna go well. Anyways, I take a step back to, like, avoid the swing, right? Like, I'm trying to be like, whoa, 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 okay, listen, Deborah, listen. Things are getting a little bit out of control. Let's just all reconvene, breathe a little bit. You don't want to fight me. You don't. Like, you really don't want to fight me. And she's like, no, you've forsaken the covenant that I took to become a witch. Now, it's up to you to face your ultimate, like, disintegration, which is a weird way to say I'm gonna fight you. Like, I don't feel like anyone's been disintegrated after getting punched in the face. No one has ever been hit in the face so hard that their body literally shrivels into dust on the spot. Like, that just doesn't happen, okay? Maybe if you're a James Bond villain with a gadget, but that's not something going on every day. So at this point, the entire class has stopped and everybody is watching me try to, like, 1v1 this emo girl. And so the teacher walks up and is basically like, okay, guys, break it up. The rule is not put into place for any group of people. It's just made because I don't want to read all these heavy things. I don't want to have an awkward moment where, you know, someone's sharing something personal and somebody makes fun of it. Like, that's where I'm coming from. And she's like, well, you could have just said that. You didn't have to make it seem like you were singling out emo kids. And so at this point, I should have kept my mouth shut, but I go, she wasn't singling out emo kids. You just want to be a victim so badly because life is easy here. And she's like, you shut your mouth. And so the teacher, realizing that, you know, I am instigating all of this, says, okay, you need to get out. You need to go. So I go out in the hallway and I'm waiting. And about 5 minutes later, the teacher comes out, walks over over and says, hey, I really appreciate you defending me. I appreciate what you were trying to do by saying, hey, it's not her fault. She just doesn't want to read heavy things. However, you know that group of kids is pretty easy to frustrate, so you might not want to do it anymore. Like, you might not want to have an army of emo kids constantly mad at you. And here's the thing. I don't really care, bro. Like, I'm alright. If the entire emo population of my school hates me, I will sleep just fine at night. I don't mind. And so I'm kind of like, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry for disrupting your class. She's like, no. I told her that I would talk to you. So, like, if she asked, could you just say that you're in trouble? And I was like, yeah, of course, no problem. Because I get where the teacher's coming from, all right? She doesn't want any beef. I'm obviously not going to be a problem because I'm defending her. However, if the emo girl thinks that I got off lightly and, like, didn't get in trouble, that could cause a problem. I can foresee a world where that makes sense. So I'm like, yeah, for sure. I'll just pretend that, you know, I got in trouble. No big deal. And she's like, great, thank you. But, yeah, that's the story of a crazy emo girl trying to fight me. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought. Today's notification shout-out goes out to the very swagtastic, sometimes awesome, and occasionally absolutely disgusting. Like, brush your teeth, bro. Coopsmith78, big thank you. Don't get anyone pregnant if you do. Make sure you're hot. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. I'm out. Peace.